Alright, we are continuing my 100% practice walkthrough. We just killed the Cathedral Knights right here, grabbed the item, both giants are dead. So, I'm going to run up here, kill the last two enemies, roaming around. You are dead, sir. Coming around here, we'll get a look at who we can summon for the boss fight. So, we can summon Horus. We can summon Henri. And then down here, this is the boss fog. Don't go through it yet. You can also summon Cirrus. Henri's probably the best person to take into the fight. Henri or Cirrus. Cirrus does quite a bit of damage to them because Cirrus can use Dark Moonblade, which is a pretty powerful weapon buff. It's a pretty powerful weapon buff. It's probably the strongest weapon buff in the game. So, come over here, take the elevator. Elevator's going to take you on up. Uh-oh. I got lost. Come out here. And we're going to pop these doors open as well. No real reason to, but I always do. Just every time I come through the area, just for the sake of having the area complete. It's also a nice marker for you. So, now we're going to run over here and deal with Patches. So, Patches is dressed up as Onion Bro. If you've ever played a Dark Souls game, he's a reoccurring character. He's in every one that I've played, with, the exception being he was not in Sekiro that I noticed. So, maybe he ended up in Sekiro and I'm just not tracking, but I didn't see him in Sekiro. He's in Bloodborne, though. Go ahead and talk to him. And because it's Patches, he will tell you about treasure. And then you're going to come over here, and he is magically going to manage to lower this, even though it is not actually possible to do so from that position. So, just run over here. He's going to call you Greedy Guts, but if you're a female character like I am, he's going to call you an insatiable wench. He's never actually, every time I turn the sound up, he doesn't actually call you an insatiable wench. He just calls you Greedy Guts. But the words at the bottom of the screen definitely say insatiable wench, which is pretty funny, honestly. I think it's funny. Fortunately, the giants are dead, and so Patches is traumatized. Which is good, because otherwise you would be traumatized, because you would have two giants running at you, and you'd have to sprint over here, pull that, to try to separate the two giants before you get squished. I would recommend just pulling this one. There's no real reason to, but I always just pull at least one back up. And we're just going to head on back to the bonfire. And the next path of progression for this area is going to be through these doors. But I am going to get my Estus and firebombs back before we do that. So at this point, the real Onion Bro should be right outside, sitting in a well. You can't help him yet. You've got to complete this alternate progression route, and then you'll be able to go help him out. So, take this elevator on up. This is the crossbow guy that we made drop down right at the start of this area. You just come around to the left, go up the ladder. And I have now been invaded by an NPC. Not an NPC, I'm sorry. I've now been invaded by a player. Which is exactly why I started the game in offline mode. So, I'm going to take the elevator back down. I'm going to go fight this individual who I am actually very displeased with because they're interrupting my recording. And I also have to pee, so screw you, sir. Where are you? He probably did summon up top. Now I feel bad. I'm gonna head up. I might just get squished doing this. Oh, returned home. Thank you. It's very, very nice of that person. Yeah, so after this episode, I'm gonna go through. This is a pretty popular area to invade. Yeah, a person probably did summon in up top up here. Oh well. But anyway, come right here and just roll on down. Roll, don't jump. If you jump, you'll go too far and you'll fall to your death. We're going to have a thrall climb on up. So boop him. Then just around the corner, there's an axe guy. If you just fearlessly run over to him, he's going to try to knock you off. So you want to try to... Oof! There we go. Fortunately, he has little to no defense. A thrall is going to come up on our right. Just right here. We're going to try to fight him. Oh, he did the other move. That is infuriating. Okay. Now we're going to fight this guy with his halberd. Halberd? Halberd. I don't know. Not sure how to pronounce that. I'm not a medieval knight, so it's not something that's extremely relevant to my life. At the bottom of this, there's a bad guy. I always sprint down and kill him. There's no reason to do so, except that I don't like him on principle. He also typically tries to shoot you with a blow dart, as opposed to charging at you with an axe like he just did. Come on down here. There's an item at the end here. You might hear them shoot at you with an arrow. You don't need to be afraid. That's the arbalist. Pretty nice crossbow. And then run over here. This is the last guy that I talked about earlier. He's going to climb on up. Grab you the pale tongue. Boop this guy. And I always forget which one you go into. This one, no. One more. This one. Yes. So we are going to platform a bunch of knights to death. So we are extremely high up. And that will happen to you if you are not careful. It automatically kills you if you fall. So then this guy's going to charge at us. Hey. Goodbye. Then we just need this guy to charge. Hey! And run! Use turns. Oh my. Oh, he's gone already. As you can see, he landed down there in the swamp. So you don't want to try to actually fight these guys. It doesn't make any sense for you to do so. Bless gem. That gets you a regen shield if you want to infuse a shield other than this one with it. There are some 100% physical shields you could be infusing with a blessed gem. I just don't do it. Then there's this guy, who also kill himself, which is very kind of him. And this guy will chase you, and you just run away. I've learned that it really helps them fall off if you don't look at them. I don't know what it is with their AI, but if you try to track them with your eyes, then they've got a little bit better footing. Otherwise, they just have atrocious footing, and they fall off almost immediately. Oh boy. They are pretty quick. And he's gone. Where's my 650 souls? There it is. 605, sorry. So then you can see if you're online, it'll tell you where to roll off of. Typically right here. You do want to roll. If you just try to walk, you will die. So roll, land right here, and you're going to come over here and you're going to drop down again. Then you're going to heal, because chances are you lost half your health doing that. So come over here. This guy's going to shoot a really weak spell at you. Then just boop him. Goodbye. And now this is Patches. Yes. Say, you know who I am. He's going to beg. He's going to give you a rusted coin. Then purchase. This is why we were saving up our items. You need the Katarina helm, the Katarina armor, Katarina gauntlets, and the Katarina leggings. And then he will call you a sweeting, because you are a female character if you're playing like me. I think he calls you friend if you're a guy. But Patches is sexist, and that should be remembered. So come up here. There's going to be a whole bunch of guys falling from the ceiling, but before they fall down, you're going to want to come and boop this guy. These guys are also extremely vulnerable to fire, and they can vomit those maggots that cause bleeding. So, ow. Hit them with fire, as you can see, staggers them severely, just like everything else we fought. Typically, you can actually, there you go, hit 2 of them. There's the maggots I was talking about. Dropped an undead hunter charm, which is nice. And then this guy, he is friendly, so you only kill him if you're mean. But he does give you a red sign soapstone, which is an invader sign that you can put on the ground, kind of like the white soapstone. And so this is the game's way of saying, if you're a bad person who might want to kill other players, here's the red sign soapstone. So do that, and then open here. And we are at Rosaria, who's probably Guinevere from the first game, as best as I can tell, looking at just the lore and all the items. I'm pretty sure she is Guinevere from the first game. She's a little slug that she's, treating because she's a good person. Go ahead, light the bonfire, rest at it. Do not talk to Rosaria yet if you were trying to do Sirius's quest line, which I would highly recommend. Gives you a ring that lets you take no fall damage. So I would really recommend not talk to her. If you offer her a pale tongue, you will be able to get the waifu bow that we talked about before. But the downside of that is, of course, that you don't get the ring that stops you from taking fall damage. You also miss a bunch of cool fights, so just wait till later. She is the respec character, so if you have applied your leveling points poorly, she is the person that can help you fix that. It costs 1 pale tongue. You get I think 3 pale tongues per playthrough, and then of course if you just invade somebody and keep doing that until somebody manages to jump off of the map because they actually think that you're a threat, you can do that. So I'm gonna head on back to Firelink and spend my souls now that I've bought the Katarina gear, so I don't have to worry about spending too many souls for that. We have a minute before we are out of time. Very much pressure. So yeah, so do not join Rosaria's Covenant until you finish his Sirius questline. We can go kill the deacons after this, so yeah, we will go kill the boss after we level up here, and we'll do that in the next episode. So again, strength, dexterity. Actually, I am going to just get him closer to the same. So strength and dexterity, we're still going for 20 with that, and this is going to be where we end the episode. Next episode, we're going to go take out the boss of the cathedral. So